You have to bear with me here. I don't often drink whiskey, but feeling a little bit in the mood right now. So I thought I would go for some of this. Just pour a little bit of that right there. Nice. Anywho, we've got, this is from Thumb Butte Distillery. This is made with Arizona mountain water out of Prescott, Arizona. And this is Bloody Basin Bourbon Whiskey. I just finished editing the Whiskey Man film. And the funny thing is one night I was up late editing and I actually got a hankering for just drinking some whiskey. So I went and poured myself a glass. And yeah, this has been a long journey. Right now, Thursday night, we are 2 days away from the 2019 Whiskey Basin Trail Runs. It's our fourth annual run, and wanted to take a minute and reflect back on like a pretty long journey, probably over 10 years in the making. This entire whiskey series, wanted to share a little bit of the backstory and expectations as I'm running Saturday. I'm running the Whiskey Basin 88K, which is our longest distance we offer. I'm super psyched, really pumped to be running this one finally after so many years. But this goes way back. This goes way back to, I don't even know the year, maybe 2007, 2008. My brother Nick, I think, might have been the first one to tell me about the Prescott Circle Trail. It's supposed to be a 50-mile loop around the entire city of Prescott. And I mean, we thought this was the perfect trail to put a race on. So we were super pumped. We were psyched. And, you know, we basically had planned to put on this ultra marathon once the trail was complete. So we had to wait a number of years. It took them a long time to kind of complete the loop, and technically they still have a small stretch that isn't totally completed, but for all intents and purposes it is. And so we organized a couple fat ass style events starting. There's one in 2009. I was just looking up some photos from that. Had short hair then, but we had a handful of people that first time around. I remember my brother making little tiny maps on that were just a quarter sheet, and we passed those out to people. We had a number of people in 2010 for the second one that we did, and then we kind of had to take a step back because it just took too long. It was taking too long for everything to come together. Flash forward to 2016, and the city of Prescott actually approached us to put on the run. We were super pumped and excited to do so. And I don't really remember at all how the idea of the Whiskey Man series or the Whiskey Man concept came to be. Probably because I had done Leadville before and seen that one, but kind of envisioned, you know, what would be a good way to promote the series and make something maybe a little bit more than just our run. So talking to my friend Michael Versteeg, and kind of determined that it would be best to have the race in the springtime and align it with the other whiskey themed races that were already in Prescott. They have the Whiskey Off-Road, which is organized by Epic Rides, that organization. And my very first marathon was the Whiskey Row Marathon back in 2005. So I ran that one. I think I ran a 340 something. I don't know. I haven't run it since, so that's kind of interesting. But we wanted to link up these three races. So if you've seen the Whiskey Man film that we just put out on the channel, that was filmed back in 2016, and we hadn't really touched that footage much since. We put out a trail run video, but it's just been kind of sitting on the back burner, and it was cool. Mike agreed to attempt the series the first year around, and it worked out really well. I'm super happy with how the film came out. Was able to pull in some clips from 2017. We had 8 or 9 people attempted that year, including our first woman, so our first whiskey woman, and she's been the only one so far. We have, I think, 2 registered this year. We'll see who gets through it, but yeah, I am, especially editing that film. I really wanted to get it out into the world before I took it on myself. So it was a whirlwind editing tour. Basically, in less than a week, I pulled that entire thing together, which was a lot of late nights. But we got it done, and it's out there in the world now, and it got me amped up big time. I'm so pumped to finally run the Full Circle Trail in the race and have it be a lead-off event for the Whiskey Man. I'm 2 weeks post Barkley right now, so I don't know exactly how that's going to pan out or play out. I haven't run a ton since the race, but I was able to get in a 12-miler on Monday of this week with a friend, and seems like the all systems are go except maybe my feet and my toes. They're just like a little bit numb still, which I don't think it'll be a huge deal. It's something that you just kind of have to deal with. We'll be kicking things off 5 a.m. Saturday. We have our largest field ever. We have almost 130 people that are signed up for the longest distance. It's now basically the most popular distance in the whole series. We have, of course, shorter ones as well. 10K, half marathon, 30, 60, and the 88K, which is almost a 90K. So if all goes well, I'd probably run around 9 hours for the run, but I don't know. My time really doesn't matter. I'm just looking to enjoy the experience. I'm going to be filming each race, so kicking it off with obviously the Trail Run Ultra on Saturday. Gonna carry a camera with me. I'm gonna film tomorrow. I am marking the last 6 miles of the course, and then just kind of taking it all in as a participant. So I'm not having to do much more work other than just a little bit of course mark, and be camping out at the start finish line tomorrow night and ready to rock it on Saturday morning. So really looking forward to sharing this experience with you guys. I think more than any of the races on the Aravaipa calendar, I think this one is, besides maybe Black Canyon, that means the most to me. It's something that I really feel invested in. It's not just another race for me, really. Like this one, Black Canyon, it's taking a concept, taking something that was just an idea and making it something tangible in the world. And that's what I feel like, especially releasing this Whiskey Man film and the concept, seeing that other people have caught wind of the concept and the idea and have gone out and done it is amazing. And I'm excited for my own journey, my own Whiskey Man journey. It just sounds like a blast. Everyone talks about how fun the mountain bike race is. I've only done a short track mountain bike race. I've never done a long distance, like a 50-mile endurance ride. I'm really curious to see what that's all about. I think I'm going to really like it. I just don't know at this point. But I've been riding a bike now for a few months again. I rode when I was younger. So I've got that all kind of dialed and ready to go. And yeah, basically I've got 2 weeks in between the run and the ride. And then one more week, I'll be returning to Whiskey Row Marathon, kind of where it all started. I ran that race in advance of my first ultra marathon. So again, it's kind of all coming full circle in Prescott. It's all coming full circle with the Whiskey Man, the Prescott Circle Trail. And it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe I'm even allowed to run this. So oftentimes as a race director, like the owner of race management company, a lot of times, my stuff is put to the side, and it's fun to live our own event and see what it really has to offer people from the inside. I think this is just going to be such a cool experience. Really thankful and grateful for everyone involved in making this thing possible, from the city of Prescott, the Yavapai Trails Association, all of their staff and the volunteers that built the trail, to all the volunteers, to Michael Versteeg for paving the way for the Whiskey Man, and all the others that helped build the excitement. It wouldn't be the Whiskey Man or Whiskey Woman series without like that second class, like the first class really, but the second year when a bunch of the guys from the Santan area, when Matt and James from Prescott Flagstaff, if those guys hadn't come out and given it a shot, I think in year 2, who knows what would have happened. It would have just been one guy did something kind of crazy, and but they made it something. They made it something special, and I'm thankful for that and excited to write my own piece of this history and see where it goes. I think this whiskey series is something attainable for a lot of people, and it'd be fun to see it grow and develop from here. And I don't know how this film's going to be received or this concept, but I'm doing this for myself, for me, and number one. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped for something different, something new, and excited to just get going. So, anywho, it's getting late. I got to pack up some stuff for the weekend, and cheers, guys. We'll see you on the other side of this thing.